Alrighty then. Good afternoon and welcome to another installment of Delenn Hanging About. So we've got a little bit of an out-of-stream, stream, I guess, out-of-band stream, whatever, just because I happen to have a little bit of time this afternoon to putz around. My kids are actually at the doctor right now with my husband, so if things go a little crazy or we start to have to, be right back or something like that, I will let you guys know. But, oops, wrong one. But wanted to just be upfront about that right from the beginning so that everybody is well aware what's going on. There we are. Okay. Other than that, can't think of anything else to mention. That we did a little bit of decorating this morning for the bookshop, and I've done a little bit of trading this afternoon for some of the items in the bookshop, but also I wanted to get through the list of things that I wrote down this morning to bring and get those taken back up to the bookshop so we can get rolling on the next portion, because we're getting a little behind on what's going on. So first things first, my kids actually have asked me lately, why do I talk to myself in the afternoon? And one could argue that it's technically because I'm practicing, I guess you could say. No, I've just started talking to the characters in-game a little bit more than I used to. The kids are kind of wondering why on earth that is. So, anyway. But yeah, my kids are home from school today.
Hello.
Again. Welcome back, Peregrine. Glad to see you. Hopefully everything's going well with you. Yeah, so my kids were home from school this week, and they're not happy campers about it. Needless to say, they're not feeling all that great. So I got to the point where my husband and I decided that would probably be the best to take them to the clinic, just because they're just not bouncing back the way that we're used to. So we're hoping that they haven't got something that needs a little bit of a medical assist to get them over the hump. Enough rotten flesh. Nope, 31. Alright. Where was I? So I've got a few pieces lined up. I needed more signs for. We were looking at. I'm going to take a piston with me. I think got one in here, but I'm not a huge fan of the way the pistons are looking. So yeah, that's not working too well for me. I was using them for cafe tables, but first off, it didn't seem to be worth it for the amount of tables we were doing, and I might as well throw another one in there.
Hello.
Poor kids, yeah. Well, can't help it. They are what they are. Kids will be sick, and you do what you need to do, I guess. Anyway, so I was testing that out, but we'll have to see, because the floor between cafe section and the main level is only 1 block wide. So, hiding the lever underneath was a little bit more challenging, because it actually started impacting the roof of the space below. But let's just see what else I've got on the list that I can bring in, and we can even use some temporary ones. So let's start with... Hello Arch. What have we got? Okay. Do I have any banners kicking around? Got some chocolate ones and some brown ones. Kind of boring. Figure what color I would really want in there, actually, is part of the problem. Banners. Generic ones. So I'm using them for curtains, right? So what I could do, actually, is I've got okay, Shulker, let's go around and just see what I've got for wool. And then we'll put a stack of piece in of some of the various colors. We're not going to need that many banners. Chocolate's not boring, no. I mean, brown comes out looking like these. But for the cafe, you've got very brown themes. We've got the super dark wood, and then we've got, those might not be too bad. I could throw in those ones and give them a test and see how it goes. I'm just going to throw what I can find, single stack of just about every one of the colors. Then we can take a look and even make a whole bunch of different ones if we need to, and see what we like. I've got some banners, so I don't need a ton of that. Back at the other one. Doo-doo-doo. So So, PP Zerk, how has your internet been? I know it was a little unstable this morning. Seemed to be a little bit better after you've had a bit more time to get it cooperating. Alpha is definitely not boring, but iron bull. You would think, after I put everything in a quote-unquote an order, that I would actually remember which ones are where to put them in an order, but no. That would be organization. Len, organization. What I don't need, I'll just put away when I get back. It's not a big deal. I've never picked that color up before. Okay. Isn't gonna cut it. I have more of those than I can shake a stick at, so put those behind. Orange. No, oranges look ugly in there. Orange would just look ugly in there. Yay! I'm really glad your internet's not being problematic anymore. Oh, where am I going? Wrong way. I mean, I have enough visitors, I could put some of those in there. I just only have one spare at the moment, and I'm not really interested in them showing up to get me more. 4. Oh. They will box. And then I'll just throw some sticks in there, it'll be my banner kit. Got some item frames in the other section, I can always grab more. I need to, well, make more. One of the things I was doing is I now have not 2 cows, too many cows. Yes. Not quite entity cramming, so that's good news, but yeah, I have a lot of cows. There we go. Mm-hmm. Not a negative hum. I can't think straight hum. Alright. Plenty of sticks. Okay, then we have item frames, check. Oh, pots. I have a lot. If I have any. I would have thought I did. That's odd. Thought I had pots. I mean, that's solvable, but still. Kitties. Oh, getting too close. Can I please get into this box? There's the pots. And bowls. Actually, I wish I could place those, but they're not gonna let me. How about placemats, maybe? Might do the trick. Okay, but nothing I think of that I need. Oh, vines. Wrong vines. Another box. And I want this kind, that kind of vine. I think that's it. Put it in this box? No. Other one. Move the sticks. I'm going to be wondering where I put them. This one. Those. Guess we should grab something to go in the box. Those. The beds don't look great. Got those vines coming. Those look dumb. Those look dumb. Some things that actually show half decently in the boxes, but they don't look that great. They don't look that great when you actually start rolling with them. White, yellow. Okay, that one back. 4, 5, 6, and an empty one. 7. That would work nice. 7 down there. Should do the trick. 4, 5. Those are poppies. Okay. Did have poppy. I don't like the poppy look. We'll grab that other one. 8. No more issues. Woo! Okay, what do we got? Plants for the pot. Vines. Okay, so this should be the kit I was looking for. What's in the inventory here? Oh, I was in the middle of trading up villagers. Try and get some more stuff for the the place thing. Yes. Who do I want to? You? And me? On the other end. Wow, direction change. These ones because I cannot not get eats right now. One of those things I don't really have. That's okay. I'm not too fussed about it. So I haven't got the guts and nor do I really want to do it on camera. Maybe. But apparently when you get villagers that are willing to not that guy. For example. When you're willing to get villagers that will trade you 2 different suspicious stews, apparently it will always trade you the same stew from the same slot. So I could actually go through and figure out which stews these are to save them in the cafe. But I was actually just thinking the reality of soup and a book. My library mother would would go crazy over that one. She's like, no, too messy, too messy. So instead, we're going to do things like we're going to get ourselves some cookies. Grab one blob of those. And who doesn't like a nice slice of pie? This dude had a cake. Grab that. You had. Interesting. Okay. This way I can get some placeholders going on the walls for things I want to bring in. Have any bottles? Oh, potato guy. Where are you? Potato man. Oh. Okay, since I can't find you right now, I'm not going to waste some time with you. Oops. There we go. Extra. There, I'm going to spend them. And I know you could probably eat a carrot while reading a book, but it's not nearly as much fun as reading books and eating cookies. Put these away. Books, books, and more books. About random block. Oh, random block of iron. Needed something. I need iron for. I think it was piston. Oh. Outside. This one away. Excellent. Okay. I think we've got the works. Here's Trevor. Here's my mistake suspicious stew. I figured that was a great use for the dragon lunchbox. Old excess mistake food trades. Oh, and sleep before we go. Making you hungry. Yeah, making me hungry too. I believe... Maybe I better double check that. Okay, spruce trapdoor is 43, okay, so we got plenty of the spruce trapdoor. I've got a couple of the pressure plates to test. I think... should be good to go. Oh, I forgot the lighting. Lighting! That's what I came back for. Alright. Lights. That's book people. The lights, mister? But you're not very good for anything else. No? Who else? The lights. Master. I don't think that's good to me. No? We'll find somebody else. Starting with the overpriced ones because some of them just need to be leveled up to be something else. See if they're any good before I decide whether or not I'm going to fire them. Are you good? Wow, that was a quiet for me. Okay. Are you hungry? 12 lights. You know. I think so. Any other volunteers? Name tags? No, I don't think I need name tags at the moment. I think that's it. Doesn't really be enough to get me started. I've got some torches. I'll turn my own volume up. Now please do let me know on the game audio how that... Not game audio, sorry. On the overall volume audio for sounds and stuff. I mean that Spotify is playing correctly? Okay, good. Just let me know if it gets too loud. What I've tried to do is copy in carefully the settings for one of my other filters on how much it ducks noises, and just to see if I can get it to cap at a particular level. Out of my hand. Oh right, let's put this away. That away, and then we're out of here. Alrighty, let's go and see. Safety hat. Not in the mood to have any Enderman, or, sorry, piglins. Give me headaches. I don't need those for what I do. I think I have... I'm just realizing I have an ender chest at the other end, so what am I worried about here? In here. That in there. Food away. Seems weird to pull it out at the other end, but I think it's probably smarter than me risking trouble. Did I lose anything else? No. Okay. One thing I do like about Bedrock that I have not been able to get Java to do is that I have not been able to get the Java game to easily let you just simply right-click your armor pieces and just wear them. It doesn't. Now, I've obviously could be simply missing something in the way that I'm playing things, but I don't think so. Okay. Looking at the trees going to any of those leaves. Bruce is the only one I don't have, and I'm not super keen on those, so I think we're good. So this afternoon stream, evening, depending on where you are, I guess. Wherever you are, whatever time it is, there we go. Was kind of unplanned because it was the bit that I said this morning I was going to do off camera, but I did not realize that husband and kids would be out at the indeterminate length medical appointments or medical drop-ins, as long as they were. So I figured, well, I got a bit of time, so might as well use it. Might as well stream it. But otherwise, it would have been the stuff that I said I was going to do off camera. I don't know if there will be a stream tomorrow or not. Never know those sorts of things on Fridays, because usually the kids have half days. But today, not so much. The other thing I need to do while I'm here, but I don't think... Okay, so, I'm going to need to find a hidey hole for future, just so that I can make sure I've got an anvil kicking around. Because I know I'm going to need one just about every single month. Figure out these. I've got paper. I just haven't done that. So I will hopefully do that. I don't think we need to do that on stream, but it's one of those will be done before next Tuesday's stream. But at this point of the game, it looks like... Why? Seriously, guys? Why? Need a bath that bad? Go home. There's some at home. Anyway, the kids are probably missing their soapbox. I think I mentioned that this morning, but they're going to be broken up when they sort of put two and two together, although today they were just feeling so lethargic. I don't think they really care at the moment. They will be caring really soon. Hey. Now I can't do that thing I waited for all season. So, I feel bad for them, I really do. Especially since I'm going to unfortunately have to rub it in, because as long as I'm not down for the count with their bug by Saturday, then I have to go without them because I've, volunteered with the group and all that, and they really need volunteers to make the event run. We were going to try and get my husband to help as well, like to volunteer. Unfortunately, he can't, given the circumstances. It's not just that the kids are sick, they might have a bug, but it's just that somebody's got to stay with them if they can't come. So it's just a bit of a shame, but can't help it. By the way, for those of you who haven't seen it yet, or for those of you who have and haven't rewritten, the Thunder Mountain Railroad, you can only see a piece of it up there, but you can start to see the tower and so on, is definitely coming along. It's evolved since I was last on it on camera, and they and Brian is doing an amazing job. He's actually started building a queue line that reminds me very distinctly of the awesome queue lines in Disney World. So he was trying to figure out how to make that all come together, and it's looking fantastic. One of the things that he and I talked about after stream this morning, because I wrote it in between, one of the things we talked about afterwards is that I'm going to take some time at some point soon, because I want to do it soon, to ride the rails using a variety of permutations and combinations of the various permutations and combinations of the various extra packs I use and shader packs. And oh, I left the door open. Silly me. Upstairs. Right. In any case, sorry, I'm gonna ride it again with different shader packs and such. You can see the Zerks are not seeing this for the first time, but this is the partially finished version with the Shulker Monster down the middle, but that's going to be cleared out, and I do want just the center part clear. I thought about changing up the floors and actually carpeting them. I think I'm not going to, and the reason I'm not going to is because if you think about it, even in a book cafe when they've got comfy places to sit, I might actually put a little bit of eating area stuff in and around. I might run a runner down the middle, but for the most part, I don't think I'd really want a whole lot of carpets and stuff, just because it in real life you'd have to vacuum them, make a big mess out of all that. Okay, 2, 3 to dump off downstairs, and I think which one is it here? I think it's this one. I need to get more of my signs out of. Leave that one up here. Put the bed on the other end. Then I can just keep extending the Shulker Monster. Okay, away. That's the wrong one. Wrong Shulker. That one, not the other one. Go. The box, okay. I made just a few spruce signs, and this is far more than I'm going to need in this project. But I find I'm really liking the way the spruce wood looks, not just in this texture pack, but in general. There's also times where it's one of the few closed variety trapdoors. The birch being the other one. Yeah, and then we've got dark oak, which does. But in this particular texture pack, absolutely all of them, little holes in them like this. Now this is actually the oak trapdoor, so it is just always going to have holes in it, but the other ones don't. I have to keep that in mind when I'm doing things, just so that I know I've got the appropriate pieces. Oh. Down the bed, and now you have to sleep in it. Hey. Only during thunderstorms. Well, it's not thunderstorming. Come on, you. Watching my little timer in the corner, and it says approximately 6:30, somewhere between 6:30 and 6:35 on a normal day. There we go. I'm quite liking the way those two trees look in the front end. I'm looking forward to putting the vines in the back corner. I think that would look kind of interesting. You could climb up, but I mean, there'd be nowhere to go unless... Could make a secondary level loft with just, like, throw chairs and stuff, but it's just keeping it one level keeps the sort of vaulted ceiling look intact. Okay. You'll hear. Now, this room is definitely bland. I did forget the mountain of barrels I was going to use. At least I think I did. And I don't know off the top of my bean how to put together armor stands. So I have to work have to teach myself those pieces, but that's okay. No, you learn something new every couple of days, and that's awesome sauce. Okay. Really? Okay, well. Mostly they fit in here. Okay, loyalty. Where do you want to put loyalty? On an empty box. Wrapping around the side. So as I mentioned this morning, there's going to be no rhyme or reason to why anything is where it is. Just happens to... That's the box I looked at, and that's the box I picked. For those of you that see it now, who are on this server, yeah, the pricing is messed up on a lot of them. They're all going to be 1 diamond each. It's just that I was doing 2, then I was going to change up the pricing for ones where it was either easier or harder to actually get hold of. But then I realized that was just kind of dumb, considering how many people zombify and cure their villagers, and 9 chances out of 10, everybody's already seen this stuff anyways in their local space. So either they've talked to their villagers, they've already traded for it, or take your pick. So this is kind of like your gas station convenience store. It's got the thing upstairs. I think it's lure 3. It's actually in this box. Good. Remembered. So anyways, if you were to go to your gas station convenience store, you tend to pay more for stuff than you do if you actually just walk, you know, like across the parking lot to the Walmart or the Sam's Club or the whatever, your Tesco or something. Or whatever they call it in Australia. I should ask my mother-in-law. But anyway. But it's always cheaper when you do it that way. And that's sort of the theory I was going with. But as I said many times, this is just for practice. I don't really need to care. Okay. It looks semi-balanced. I brought the right sign, so I'll take care of those corner ones later. And change all the other signage. I don't need a stream for that. Okay. Where I'm going, I might actually make it around the room again. So I'm looking at a list, or I actually printed a list. I've got a few extra ones, like beyond that, but I'm working my way through it semi-alphabetically, within reason. I mean, there's some that are difficult to get hold of. So some of the ones that are more challenging to get hold of will definitely be taking longer to get there. Okay. So now, change this book. Okay. Explain the shopping rules and the name. Okay, we're good. Now this one, I'm not going to play with it at the moment, but if I do have to fall through the floor, the wood button or stone button is not long enough to get me through the door. But if I change it up to be a what's the word? Think straight. If I leave it as a wood button, then I can actually shoot it with my bow, and that'll give me an entire second to get out, which is far easier than the number of ticks that I would get out of just a button press. Yeah, so I'm glad it makes sense, because sometimes I don't. I needed tabletops. I think I wanted spruce. I'm pretty sure that's what that was all about. And I wanted the offset color there. Oh, right. I know what else I'm looking for. Let's start seeing how these look. It's going to be weird. I wanted... Nope. Spruce, because those will be solid in other texture packs. Yeah, weird they look in dark oak. Yeah, that's actually not that bad. Not great, not bad. And I mean, if we really want to, I can always make it carpet, as we talked about, but I'm not really sure on the color scheme to go with a tablecloth. Besides, if it looks too much like a restaurant, one of the advantages to having a mishmash of stuff, or mishmash of somewhat slightly uncoordinated stuff, you can get the impression that the point of the place was more to be the chill out and the comfort, rather than spending far too much time worrying about the stark color coordination. So sometimes you go to a restaurant and it feels cold simply by virtue of the fact that everything is matched. Everybody is there. Item frames, and I want pots in the other ones. I think I did. Pots in the wool, must have. Pots. Vines. For. Great. I want to see if this will actually let me. I don't know if I like that. Especially not on the end ones. That looks really... I don't know, I guess when you go to a restaurant, sometimes the seats are wider than the backs of the chairs. What I honestly would like to do is be able to float them higher, but it's not going to work just because then it would come outside the slot. This. Aha. See, that's the kind of trick about why I was doing it this way. And unfortunately, I tried putting a trapdoor inside these. What actually ends up happening... There it is. Okay, where did I put the trapdoors? I was trying to put a trapdoor inside these just to see if I could get it to go vertical. But it just doesn't. There's no way. Which is too bad, because that would have looked kind of neat. Oh well. I mean, the red scheme isn't that bad, like, or the red-browns. They're actually not that bad just by themselves on occasion. But if you're using a texture pack, not texture pack, sorry, like a modder behavior pack that makes things have invisible item frames, as cool as those can be, sometimes it makes things look a little weird. Okay. I think I got all the chairs. Okay, now, in the corners, I do need it to be item frame there. Nope. Can't put an item frame there. Floats. I can make things out of item frames, or I can put item frames on things, but I can't actually make things float like that. Okay, so where did these go to? Vines. I'm going to borrow a page out of Stoner Miner's books, and if I can figure out where I put the other dark, that's 3. I sworn I had more. This one. Oh, wrong one. Wrong guess. Still not right. Over here. Random stuff. That's cool. Aha, there's the rails I wanted for earlier. More sticks, excellent. Back though. Okay. I didn't bring dirt. That's okay. Put it. Those. I think this might work. Just kind of like winging it here as we go. Oh, that's not gonna work. Oh, maybe. Maybe. We'll see. Wow. Apparently there's a limit to what you can put things on. Not know. Right. Okay, let's see what... This way. On every texture pack except this current one that I've got, I can actually change things up. Oops, which is the growing one or the falling one? I need to have the right type of block underneath. Fantastic. Forgot about that. Okay. Cups. Or... Oh, let's jump in the gun. You like the chairs? I'm glad. I'm glad. It's kind of interesting to be able to put them closer together than usual. I mean, truthfully, I'd be a little worried about bumping into my neighbor when I slid my chair back. So they may not stay that way, particularly once I get somebody who's going to be helping me. Once I figure out about getting somebody helping me to make things look more lived in. I have some sticking out in the aisle and so on, just so that they don't end up bumping into one another. I do want those, but I'm still way ahead of the game. I need to find the string and do looms. I think that's the block I want. Grab some slabs, not some slabs, some planks. And I think the string's in here. That many of them. 32 would be way too many. I mean, I can always use inverted stairs if I wanted to, but I think we've got a little bit of too much monotone going on. Sure. It's definitely don't need 32. How wide is this building? I only wanted to go about there. Next question, which way do I want it to go? Upwards. That's simple enough. This way. Ooh. Oh, not that way. That one's got to go the other direction. Go. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and that takes me to the middle. Or 5 ought to do it. One, 2, 5. Oh, I counted that one twice. 4. Got 1 extra. 9. And let's color. Countertop of red, white. It looks like snow. That's not great. Too much red and brown in here, though. More red than I know what to do with. Seriously. Alright. That'd be kind of fun. Okay. Ooh, I like that. Kind of like a butcher's block sort of color. And that one. Right, and then here's those. Probably right up beneath the beam, I think would be the best. Center and work my way out. I feel like I'm in McDonald's. I brought that many food items to work with. Not food. Must be over here. 1, 2, 3. I know I wanted 2 drinks, so I know I've got space for that. 5. Drink, snacks, and not quite what I want to do. Row. Random carrot. Football. That's 5 for now. That works for me. Okay, so those out of the way. Which end is Leslie? That looks pretty cool. This one? Yeah, it's pretty open. Okay. Drinks will be on that side. Ah! Oh, not me. Not me. There. Then let's go with carrot. Other end. Cake. Sorry, that just reminded me of a movie. Called Deuce Bigelow. Not exactly family friendly, but it wasn't exactly not, if you want to be technical about it. Alright. I think got her a few of these about.
Hello.
Hello, Carnage Joe! Hopefully you're doing well. Whoops, that's a little bigger than I expected. And that was not expected either. At least I didn't have to run outside. I'm highly distracted as usual. That's just because the littles are still under the weather, so can't necessarily make plans for the day, given that that's the case. Okay. Matt's not so much. I'm gonna have to think about that one to see what I want to do with that. I can always use plant pots for their intended purpose. One over here. Actually, middle. Breath, big sigh. It's things that I know that I forget. Okay, so we're actually, other thing I'm purposely doing, I'm going to have a couple of books in each of the side tables. And even if I end up having to write them myself, so be it. But we're going to decorate around the walls with books that people can take down and read. And the more books we get that people want to write, the more, not there, the more, item frames, yes, thank you. Item frames we're going to have. I'll put those away for now. The corners are bugging me because they're not done. But most of this is actually shaping up nicely. Work on banner colors. Banner colors. But a lot of reds, like reddish browns, and I know we're going to have a lot of brown tones and some off-whites. The blue, I'm trying to figure out what will go through there. No, it's okay, totally fine if you need to lurk or just listen in the background. You know, I mean, everybody's got busy days. Okay. Aha, that's a better angle. Once again. What? Oh, makes me stand up. That works. But I can sort of see through and take a look to see how those colors look up against the room. I could draw the sort of warped wood color down a little bit by using the cyan. But I just don't want to make the place dark, nor do I want to make it like McDonald's. Because the McDonald's reference I'm making here is that when McDonald's designed their color scheme, I mean, yes, red and yellow look good together, but also apparently there's some science behind that as well. With regard to, oops, come on, I'm stretching, by the way, just so you're aware. Not your imagination. Oh, and it doesn't like my microphone again. Okay. It's actually stretching, but anyways, McDonald's did do the food science, and I know I've mentioned this in a previous stream. And apparently, I don't know which one's which between red and yellow, but one is supposed to either make you like anxious or willing to do things fast, and the other one is supposed to make you hungry. So I'm not sure which is which, but that has a lot to do with their color scheme choices. I'm not intending to do that. I really don't want to go that way. see. How many windows do I have? So I have 6 up there and back here. You know, people will hippie on us. In which case I'd need orange. Make it like a rainbow all around the room. That would look kind of tacky. Thank you, Super. Yeah, the idea basically is you'll be able to come in and grab a book, chill, read your book, and decide you actually want to purchase books, then there will be books available in the basement via the crazy method of getting there. Wow, that block is long. Red? Brighter? There? Ooh. Sorry, this pack. Not smart. Pack makes daisies look really cheesy. I have a lot as well. Flutes. Over here. Pretty Flowers is one of my favorite ones. Texture things when some of those texture packs go on that route. Wow. The lands look lame. Figure about having flowers back in your sleeve, you have to right click it. Empty hand. Tulips. Blah. As well. So, white tulips are great, except they look so gray that they're kind of depressing. It's like a bush. Like purple in my hand, but sort of gray up against the wall. I know why it looks that way. It'll look purpley when people visit, but that's not quite the way. That's okay. This one, opposite direction. Keep forgetting about I've got super jump and everything up here. So I don't have to move much. Things to move. Okay, there we go. But yeah, we're just about done actually. Hi. What I'm thinking of, I'm just keeping tables up front. Yeah. Actually, that was going to be the coffee station part, so I figured how I'm going to do that. I didn't bring a brewing stand with me, but the classic way to do it. Levers. First, that would look like. First. That's something off. Oh. Got it. Yeah, that look is just. Okay, so I have to think about how I want to do that one. Smooth stone slabs. Would have to be, wouldn't you? Okay, doable. Well, just not with me. That's fine. Let's take the barrels downstairs. Now it's gonna be part of like paper and blank books and stuff. Actually, I'm not putting books there. Signage. Actually, have the birch ones always wrong. I think I actually took it away. Wow, miracle. Serious miracle. This. I am seriously squirreling today's, as usual, but sometimes it seems like squirreling is better for my sanity. A lot of other options. That's going to sound really odd. Probably is odd. Because not that it's odd, the because part. But the reason I think that's half decent for my sanity is simply that I don't really give myself the luxury or the insistence that I absolutely must have turn out a particular way stream. And then when I don't care as much about it, then things tend to go a little better, and I'm not stressing up like this. Stairs. Three. And oh, that doesn't fit. And the restricted section. Really? Come on. One letter. That's frustrating. Fine. Two signs it is. And Department of Mysteries. Oh. And Rick quotes. The quotes. Leave without. All right. Need one more thing up here. So more things actually. Balance out this side. Get something else. I don't need an ominous banner in a chill out spot. I was going to put it there, but then I'm liking the eyes kind of glaring at you thing, but I figured that actually probably wouldn't work too well at the end. Right. What else are we missing? Birch saplings, I swear they look like celery. And put them in the flower pot. Birch leaves. An oak. I mean, it also means I can add to it, but once I take the Shulker monster out, I'll get a better feel for what things are at. Dark one up. Huh, not bad. It'll do. Alright. One that I don't have, one that I had on the trains, like, what do you call them? Fishy lounge couches. So I think... and look around. Through there, it's too... Now, let's put these front tables. Those are a little bit too much. I'm gonna leave the chair. I need to fix a lot of the legs because I know these are still ones that match. Not right either. This. Looks a bit more like a flop space. Alright. Better leave well enough alone. I'm going to start changing things. You can't unsee celery now. Yeah, I know. That really does look like celery top to me. Or celeriac, or when you see the middle, celery, the soft part. There. So now. I wish Brian was here. Does anybody remember off the top of their beam what it is that nether vines grow on? It's just plain nether rack, or does it have the stuff, the squishy things on top? That sounds weird to say it that way, but stuff with squishy things. Wow. Thought I had some other stuff in here, but I think I only brought those vines. And the shroom lights. Can't put a shroom. It won't grow on a shroom. I've got some of each. So the ones that are red are going to come down from the top. The ones that are blue are going to come up from the bottom. But in essence, they're going to both be the same height when we're done anyway. But yes, they arch. So I've got twisting vines, and I've got the weeping vines. I know that you place them on almost anything. Well, it's just interesting. I think I must have started with the wrong kind. Got it. Yoink. Yeah, there we go. Okay. So, see, want it back. Want in there. I like having the trapdoor look on the top, so I'm just going to put the vine in both places. Oh, how do I want to go? Oh, I know why I can't do it. That's what my silly mistake is. Ha 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 ha! Ah! Where did the brown wool blocks go? Got them. Okay. Duh. Face palm. Can't. That. Yeah. There are limits what you can do. There. No. Oops. That's better than me having to go on a hunt in the nether for something I didn't end up needing. I don't have rocket sounds. Probably should have rocket sounds. I always look over my shoulder when that happens. Come on. Oops. Guess that is weird going up to the ceiling that way. So you're on it. that as high as I can go? Really? Oh, half slab. Yes, that would be as high as I can go. Okay. And the one up top. That's not going to work too well. Half up there. Other piece. Whole one. From. Zerk did a flyby. Well, you know, though, I mean, if it really does get me that way, I really should, in all honesty, put, that, yes. Birds? Birds, maybe? Really probably should put that sound in. I mean, I have other sounds. I finally got around to putting some, what does I got here? Creeper noises, I think, and yeah. A few redemptions that are there to make life interesting, because I know while some of you guys are in a group of people don't do a lot of those sound noises, other people love it, and so I figured, well, let's just go with it. I did mention in the past, though, that the ones I've picked have to grow. The ones I've picked are somewhat randomized, so for things like the creeper boom, only sometimes you'll actually get the boom on the ends, other times you just get the hiss. Okay, so that one, it's going to bother me. It looks like it's able to grow taller, but I better put that one up in those corners, and I'm not so fussed about the other end, because it's far enough away. So was Archer first then? Yep, Arch Thunder was the first one to claim that one. That's like saying, I'm new here, but like 3/4 of the way through the stream. No, you're not. You weren't first, but that's okay. I love having you aboard, so whether you were first or not, it's not material enjoyment of having you with us. Ending plants? That looks really tiny and... Ah! Artistic art, though. There are advantages. Things where you can't put other things. For example, you go to the Science Center and you have those, like, levitating things. Okay. Not for any other reason than simply because I can. Nah, it's not the Science Center. Dumb. Change my mind. Sometimes I change my mind faster than I change my thoughts. Okay, so we've got some stuff. So I'm gonna get 1 or 2 employees, maybe. Stuff in there. And these, I like them as the looms. Debatable as to whether or not I will actually put real product underneath, but if I'm putting armor stands on top, I'm never going to access the real product, so it's probably not worth me going through all the fuss of like the suspicious jazz and that thing. Yeah, so blank spots, those will be for some of the books. One thing I'm missing now is curtains. I can't decide what color. Yeah, there's the sort of the blue and brown theme, but I don't know. Blue's kind of calming, yet give me a little bit much at times. Calming colors. Also, different people have different reactions. Certainly not the yellow, though. I think that's going to get me wound up. It just isn't right. That makes me feel like I'm... Actually, maybe it's got something to do with the hungry and anxiousness. Too much greenery. Blue, blue. No? Rick might be right, and brown is not a problem. Let's... Of course. Dead? There we go. Please. 2. I can frame a window. And one of the central ones. Whoa, too high. Whoa. Huh. That white stripe, there's something about it. Maybe rather than visible on walls. Like, novel with no title, part 1. And then all it says in it is, once, book 2. That's okay. With or without. That just frames it nicely, but rather than vertically. Yeah, apparently I'm having an addiction to stripes today. Brown's not that bad. Sleep on it. Wanting to look at like cyan, but the problem is that Dwarfwood roof looks sort of cyan-ish enough as it is. Really want to go that route all the way along. Headlights. No, they're gonna float. Not yet. Good looking if. Oops. Yet. It look. Aw, man. That stinks. Put it here. There. Yeah, won't let me put it. Okay. You can't do the cute little trick off of, Oh, actually. So fast. Flowers. Those. Rocks and water. By the way, I am just sort of talking quiet this afternoon for no other reason than just focus, not intending to be distracting in it. But yeah, the volume, if it seems like I'm talking quiet, you're not alone. I really am talking quiet. Okay, vines. That. Bucks. So what I wanted to do is see if, not that, force float of glass paint. I have a suspicion the answer is no. Ooh, man. Excellent. Exactly what I was looking for. But it's not like Harry Potter floating candles by any stretch of the imagination. But up here, I want the, I think, another couple more maybe. That way. This one off. If I don't like the way it hangs off that one, actually, somebody played a spider. Could be the real deal for all I know. A little low, I think. Take it off and try it on the higher one. Oh, that's the real deal because... Oh, spider. Normally bother me, and then, so obviously bother me. Oh. As weird as it is, I think I like that. But it would be over tables. Yeah, I think I do like that. How high is that? I have to measure that. One. Oh. Thing. Okay. Fifth one. One. 4. 5. You got me, Arch. Yep, you found it, and you got me. You need that extra one. I have to have something to hang the glass off of, hopefully. There we go. This one. That. Yeah, there we go. 5 tall then to get everything right. And I have absolutely 6:15 already. Holy moly. Sorry, 6:15 mountain time. That doesn't feel right. That's way tall. Or it was right. You did make me jump, rather literally. And I looked over my shoulder in real life. Yeah. Ow. But that splat didn't make any noise, at least not for me. That's weird. Between that and the shroom lights up top, actually. Oh, look at that. We're definitely going to need some better lighting at this end, but... more. Yeah. Oh. Hi. Scaffoldings. However, I don't think there'll be people getting me to, slime instead. Interesting concept. At that, but oops, gotta get those out of my hand. No, that looks really dorky. I'd actually have to go ahead and doing candle slides. Okay. I think I like the verticals. So I'm still trying to decide on the banner colors because the brown works, but it's not ideal. Biggest cheat. But that doesn't glow. That if it glowed. You had an extra one for lighting on this side. Yeah, it'll be nice to get this place almost done. It might look nice. Yeah, I might just have to go with it because keep going back to that. It's my current favorite color. I mean, the thing about drapery, both in real life and in Minecraft, is you can always change it out. And I don't just mean you don't like it, do it again, but also that some people do things seasonally. So the big key after I've got all this stuff done will be to sorry, will be to get the basement filled and finished out. So I'm going to need some more of the armor stands for middle room. Actually make that kind of look like it was supposed to, even though I don't actually own the supplies to make it what I wanted it to do. Not critical. We'll make do. Those are which means I can hang off them. That's the key. Fun. I'd love to know where that spider is. In the game. Okay, go find him. It's not worth it. If I don't stop talking about it, it'll be worth it. I'm just in the middle of something. Oh. And more. Oh, no, here's okay. One to the lake. Yeah, decent. Lake now. Cody lights. Doesn't make any sense, but it doesn't because people are using the no frame glass. Won't even see those bands. Great. That. And one of my hands. Plate. I'm short. Make them. Pink. Out. Ooh. Apparently I've got quite a cyan thing going. Yeah, okay. Okay. Wow. That sign has a far more green tint to it when you've got the regular picture pack on. So doing it this way is not really the world's best comparison, but I think I'll just go with the light blue instead. Then might be a bit on the dark side. Or where's the sun? I grab sticks. 2. Okay. Not so much. Back to then. Enough. I like one. At least get me closer. Get all 16, but 10, which is a good start. I don't get all those ones. Let's start with this. Wow, is it ever monotone? There. Windows aren't done yet. One more piece for this one. Same thing. Otherwise, signs are an interesting idea. Oops. Wait. I think I like the comp better. Cool. Color. Wait. Kind of like when you look at juniper. How those crazy tall junipers is just outside their front door. I'm gonna go with that sort of far corner. Move this. Oops. Move this. If I don't take it out, it's all right. That's it. And of course I have an oak outside. Really? Birch outside. Better. Whatever. I got it. Okay, well. I'm actually half needs the books. Oh. Yeah. Needs the books, and I'm short one. Display thing. Take this for now. I'm just gonna put it down. Probably eat that actually. At least it doesn't look quite so obvious. There we are. Plenty of places for people to put books, menu items, a couple of little couches to chill on, or some tables to sit. Downstairs, you'll find the Department of Mysteries in the restricted section. The door needs a mat. And out. I think it's oak on this side and dark oak on the other side. See those? The only problem with doing that, though, is if you run inside here for getting away from mobs, then you're gonna have mob issues. Oh, I must have done that thing. Okay. That's why I can't do that. You need to make yourself a note when you do that. No, not that way. But I have the texture outside. Okay. Here. Yes. Outside. There we go. All right. The only problem with doing that on the outside is that I'm fence it. Fences. I can make some. Okay. Fix yes. More than I need. A typical trick. Times. Yeah, this is gonna look really dumb, I think. That's a miracle. You don't have to do the other door yourself. You walk out, it's easy enough, you don't have to do it the second time. The reason I do it that way is unless I'm being a moron. There we go. It'll close behind you, but at least with the gates closing behind you as well, then if a mob does show up and tries to follow you in here, you can't get past the gates. You got your in and out a little bit easier. Okay, so let's pull the shulker monster out and see how it looks. So I'm going to say I'm not going to be fussy, but I'm probably going to take a minute or two here on camera to put some pieces away. And apparently I stayed dead. Huh, okay. Well, I'm going to stay inside for a little bit. Just because not all the monsters nearby, which is probably implying they're crawling on the roof, because I forgot to make buttons. But the other part of it is that I think I've been up enough nights with other people sleeping for me that I'm pretty sure that sound you heard was phantoms in the room. Yeah. Right here, let's put some stuff away. Downstairs. I'll just line up along the wall in the meantime. Putting things in until we run out of space. Button. Goes back in the wall. Now, I don't necessarily need to stay fussy about things and where stuff actually and or goes. It's a lot faster when I go to put things away afterwards. And it sticks into different places. So there's those sticks there. Dark. Okay. Labs. Additional wood thing. Oak fences. Plates. Trapdoor. Birch. More carpet. I think I meant to carpet the floor. See whether or not it needs it. Trapdoors. Acacia trapdoors, yes. Ah. That's what I wanted those for. I'm bringing those for... Yes, preserve. They're orange. It's gonna stay that way. It's going to be orange because those inexplicable things she does. More vines that I know what to do with. Bye. My carrot, and I'm sticking to it. My food carrots went. I want those back. Full. Outdoors, you can. Box. Signs would. That many. Oh, I thought I was gonna put spruce on those walls. That's what it was. Okay. Anyway, back upstairs. Thank you, Mr. Friendly Neighborhood Exterminator. You. Whoops. I don't know where I'm typing that. Can't type while you're in your box. E. Okay. Oh, haha. Hit the wrong button. I hit to give me that? Let's just go with map settings off. I pressed the button and I don't know what I did. That's a really strange gridded mini map. Okay. This. Got preset 1. 1 or 2. That one off. Close. Okay, so I got the wrong one. This one. Got a 1. That one on. Close. Huh. I don't know. Guess there's the hide mini-map feature. I'm not gonna fuss with it too much here because it's bog me. Off. Turn it on. Here's the preview. Oh. There's a command for hiding your mini-map. Inflate. Show hide mini-map. Uh-huh. Full screen map. So how did I... Bad idea. Reset. No, not that. Okay. Whatever. It's not important. Okay, so the other thing, oaks. Let's put the oak ones away. Or get them too tangled up. Scaffolding. Need to get up to here. Still does the job, but it doesn't look quite so odd. And I know that even in the regular Minecraft texture, these will still have slots in them, but I think I like the pattern sticking through the vertical slots. And orange up here isn't that bad when you're using it to hide a shroom light, which is in itself also orange. Yeah. Now we can look it up. I'm just being lazy. Anybody remember off the top of their bean whether or not you can make buttons out of warped wood? I think the answer is yes. I'm pretty sure I've done it, but I just can't remember off the top of my bean, and I can just pick it up. But I'm figured I'd finish the ceiling first. Try to walk into the glass. Easy. There we go. Did I get the other side? Yes. Do I care about the top? No. So apparently the one that was keeping me from sleeping was the spider. Oops. In a wood box. There we go. Okay. Downstairs, let's go on the roof. Here. Yes, you can, Zerk says. Zerk the Walking Dictionary. The Walking Wikipedia. I love it. Okay, so I'm gonna go up here, and I think it'll look sort of like bird proofing anyways if I just do it in warped wood. I don't want to overdo the buttons just because it's a pain in the butt to make more. Yeah, just in case I don't need more than that. Oh, Zerk knows all today. Between him and Arch, I sometimes wonder why I look things up at all. But I don't think that'll be enough. Oops, grab a stack so I don't have to come back. Up we go. I didn't leave the door open. By the way, I was working on this, and I don't know if she was trying to prank me or what, but I was working on the door, trying to get everything working right, and Ross came along, and she scooped out a bottle of water and then left. Which was funny, only in that the way the redstone works in the back, it's sensitive enough that it actually needed the whole bucket to work. Couldn't just, like, scoop out part of it, because you'd have to take out all of it in bottles. But I had a good chuckle over that one, because it was a really quick way to prank my build. And it was totally unintentional on her part as well, as far as I could understand. Half up. Means I'm half down on this one. From the outside. Got enough. The other thing I should really do at some point is light it up around the build, but I'm not too bothered by that. Oh, got the... Okay, down we go. Going to need some dark oak buttons as well, otherwise we're going to have problems on the corners. Nope, 20. Alrighty. Get the roof dealt with. That way we only have visitors hanging around the bottom, which is a little easier to sleep through. And the best bit about doing it this way, the button won't stick. You know that you... Oh. Come on. Great direction. Yep. There we go. Looks more like a stripe as opposed to... Oh, that is, but it's odd. Oops. But I will be able to say, in theory, that I'm pretty much done the deco of this build, which is... feels good. Feels good, feels surprising to me, but feels good nonetheless. I have to do this whole stairs. Okay, I don't have to worry about that lip. funky shadows. There's my shadow. It's for silly little things like the shadows under certain kinds of light that are part of why I like shaders sometimes. Because they're silly. They make me smile. By the way, just completely apropos of nothing, while I think about it. I was playing with the schematics again, and do you remember how some stuff was directional? Well, it's funny because buttons are directional too. Never would have thought about it, but yeah, it turned out to be directional. So in other words, if I put it this way, and then I turn around and put it the other way, like from the other side, the schematic gets fussy when you go to build it. I never would have thought buttons would be directional because when you use them, other than like a 90-degree turn, yeah, like a 90-degree turn, they just don't seem to me like something that should really have direction to them. It's not like the pattern on the wood changes. I don't know. I will find out whether or not different. That's okay. Ooh, but falling from here. If you want to get your head, you're welcome to come up to the roof and jump. That's free service. No extra charge. All included cafe, a good book, and a head too. And come on, you know, who can say that their cafe is able to help them get ahead on their reading? Wow, it sounds like I'm making Disney jokes. That's terrible. Should be ashamed, and I'm not. Just kind of sad in itself. Thank you very much. You know, see, sometimes it's less. While I really do appreciate having mods, I very much do, and I'm blessed that, or lucky, I don't know, depending on your point of view, that I haven't had to worry about nasty crews of people popping in. I mean, there's the odd one that gets a ban here or there because they come in and like advertised buying views or some such silliness, or there's just bots, you know, just generic bots. But for the most part, I haven't had a whole lot of that sort of stuff popping up. I think the way I play, probably the most useful, one of the most useful things I've had is either the equivalency of Zerkazon, the competition on Java to the Tamazon, you know, like you got Uber and DoorDash. Anyway, or the designated sleeper. And in all honesty, some days I wish I could stay up all night and actually have a designated sleeper in real life. Don't want to do it. I'm having too much fun. Last couple of nights, I mean, kid's sick and all that, but the last couple of nights, I've wanted to stay up till like 3 in the morning just because I was on a roll, wanted to get stuff done, but I realized at 12:30 that was not a smart move. That I really should not do that. Would not be good for anybody the next morning. So yeah, didn't end up doing it, but it was one of those things where you consider it, and you decide you don't need to. How many more doing? 5, 6. I think rather than doing 64, 8. Buttons are one of those things that sometimes I know what to do with them. Sometimes having leftovers feels like a big pain in the neck. Just because they hang around in your inventory. They seem to not really use for a whole lot of stuff. But then there's this sort of thing. I mean, it works because it beats having to light the place up. And I will be honest, I have not been up here since they built the roof. When I built the roof in the building, you could not see out the back wall, and that's intentional because, well, this view, even from the lower down level, quite pretty. I like it. It's great. But for the apparently nearly suicidal panda. But this tower, while being probably incredibly functional, it looks great for portals. If I ever actually needed to figure out how to get to both, I could just run run down from the cafe. Didn't look that great out the window, regardless of shader packs or texture packs or anything else. It looks vaguely like a radio antenna, actually, which did not, to me, seem conducive to relaxed reading. So I just figured, well, I didn't need the back wall. It doesn't have to have windows all around. We're not biodome or something, so I just went without. But this thing grew afterwards, and initially, when I saw it and it was first being built, it looked like a great big orange mushroom on the map. Like you can see it's very circular. I like it, but it's very circular, and so it looked quite odd. I was really wondering what it was going to become. You can see actually from over here, just while I'm on the map, anyways, this lovely red section. So that's the amphitheater from above on the pixelated map. Looks far better to people wearing elytra, but you know, it is what it is. This is part of the Thunder Mountain, which goes outwards quite a ways before it circles around and snakes through really nice caverns in the mountain, which I believe are natural, but they may have had some help get extra natural, just so it looked really cool when riding things. The landmarks. Here's the bridge. I've yet to figure out what's going to go on this side, but it has this really weird feeling that it should be something. Thank you very, very much to, I believe, PP Zerk for pathing me in, because I kept walking past the beacon thing, which I think is right in here. Thankfully doesn't show on the map too badly. But this bit with all the eggs and stuff, not connected. So a couple of times I tried to walk myself into this water. Looks like water from here. It might actually be water / ravine. So yeah, I walked myself into that a couple of times. That was not fun. Just lack of paying attention. So really all I have to do is pay attention a little bit more often. So yeah, that's the map from above. View from below. See? Oh, yeah, I'll do it later. I could swap out one of the plants inside. Instead of being like oak and stuff, I could actually swap it out and put a little spruce in there. I think it might look small. I'll test it out, but anyway, not important. Okay, so that's the advantage. Alright, so I'm just gonna do a quick drop off, and then we are actually just about out of time. Which is good, because the only other thing I had on my docket for today was to... Oops, oh, not that one. The only other piece I had on the docket was to go and start replacing more of the roof for the trains, but I did that this morning. Need to. 3, 4, 5. Okay, yeah, so that'll be like a wall full of stuff, random bits. Basically, if it's either got an enchantment on it, or you could use it to make an enchantment or a book to go upstairs or right in, whatever, then that's going to be what this section is for. It'll be like a low, some sort of generic price. And then I'm going to put probably some armor stands over here, just like generic dudes sporting different kinds of armor. Just as I can, I guess. And then this block is actually in the wrong spot. I think that's a stand-in block, which probably should be. It was going to be dead close to the middle of the room, but then everybody has to walk around it. So I guess that's kind of the point, isn't it? With that. Yeah. Then you come in. Now, in theory, at some point, this is going to be an enchanting table, but is not yet. And I think that's why I had it over here on the wall. Also, I mean, anybody who wants to help with art or something could do that. That's fine. Doesn't really matter. I haven't figured that part out yet. But key part is that generally, throw this in the floor as a marker. Probably going to be better for what and anyway. Here we go. Generally, you do that, then you can check the book, and you can open up the door and head on to the next one. But, oh, I left the existing extra stuff for this up top. Lights, no, how many other lights with? Okay. We need to fix the fact that I've got shroom lights here and in the other room, but I want to figure out what to do with those. I've got redstone going around in these walls. I don't really want to mess with it too badly. This one I could probably make into a redstone lamp hanging through. I nearly used sea lanterns instead of the orange glow, but I think I like the orange glow for the semi-rustic, quasi-medieval, quasi-Tudor look going on. And this floor needs to change. It's probably not going to be the blue from upstairs, because I think that would just be ridiculous. But the warped roof on the floor, and then you come down and it's like the whole place just went literally topsy-turvy. Yeah, literally topsy-turvy. So, that might be a little bit far. It's tempting, but I think it's a little too crazy. Anyway. More projects, I guess. One of those things. This is one of those places where I'm sure that I could one more thing myself to death. Okay, one of those I left it upstairs moments. I put got to be oak. 4, 8. Nope, it's gonna be the orange. I think, rather than more of the... Change mine again. Back. Why did I put doubled in there? Which is all I really figure out where I put the here. Stone. Okay, I brought iron. I swear I did. That was the problem I had this morning. Last look, as weird as it is, let me try that one more time. Second room, not in the first one. Right. Okay. Try not to do one more thing myself to death. There. Yep, the light's about the same. The time you add the lighting from Coves. Page. One down. One at a time. Semi-floating look, and if people can see the edge of the glass, you can see the edge of the glass. I could put chains on it. I know they exist. Liking the look of that glass hang, opposed to the darker chain hang. Yep, that'll do what we need. So I want them in a straight line. Don't want them in a straight line. Change my mind on that one because I don't like being able to see them from the stairs. to it. So centered. 3. Nope. Or in. Fine, actually. I'll probably go with 1, but that make it as easy to read the names. So, and now, down the stairs. Nice and dim on the stairs, and you go further in. Head in. See the lights. This one be. I figure out why I could see the one and not the other. What am I supposed to do? Oh!
Hello.
Hello! Very, very glad to see you.
Hello.
I have not actually been raided by someone as esteemed as Larktibird. That is super cool. Welcome on in, raiders.
Hello.
2 and 3. Now, I will probably... Actually, it's funny that I'm still online, because I wasn't going to be. But I will probably be here till I get a text message on my wrist. It says dinner's ready, so we've probably got about 25 minutes or so before we head on out. But yeah, this looks a little better. I can see the door on the way out. There we go. Now I can't see the lights until you get in the room. That's half decent. Okay. So these signs need fixing and such. So I mean, I could always do that. Let's head out of this one. Now, the book there. This room needs more work. Lots more work. Yeah. It needs lots more work. That and actually pour it in. There we go. And back upstairs. Let's pull out the shulker monster and have a good look at see how this looks. Put away the warped wood. Wow, that's a lot of new followers. I'm impressed. Like, and humbled. Hopefully I can live up to what you guys are looking for, and that you guys are able to enjoy yourselves while you're here. I'm learning a lot about my own decorative skills, and or lack thereof, depending on your point of view. And this area is actually just sort of a... It looks like a cafe, but these empty item frames are actually going to be for books. That, like, it'll be writable books, or books people have written, and then people can pull them down and sit and read a book for a little bit. So, yeah, that's the idea behind this one. I know I'm going to regret picking up the bed, but that's what it is. And I just really need to see for myself how this looks without all the craziness sitting all around. Or my shulker monster in the middle of the room. I mean, by some people's standards, this is actually a very tiny shulker monster. But really, I shouldn't complain that much. Shulker box. Anybody else? No, so one up there. More shulkers than I know what to do with there. Okay. One of the goodie boxes. Losing my shroom lights. That over there. Pull pieces out of the way. That one. That's there. There. Now I've got myself somewhat sorted. How I ended up with an extra grass block, I instantly forgot, but that's okay. Work out planks. Wait. So what were you up today? What up to today, Lark? I'm quite curious to hear about your adventures. Puggy, oops. What was Puggy up to? I can't seem to get my brain on straight. Getting gunpowder from creepers and gas. Ooh! Did you get blowed up? Well, if you got blowed up, you probably got blowed up good. Boy, that sounds really corny. Oh. No, you won. Yay! That is totally awesome. Okay, I'm just scrolling back to see who it was, where it was that we missed saying hello. The Pugtastic Raid. Yes, indeed it is the Pugtastic Raid. Wow, cool emotes. Sorry for the distraction. Sometimes I get really into a build, and then my brain just seems to shut down a little bit. Yeah, Puggy is such a professional. Yes, I have no ability to do that stuff without getting myself blown up. 6 ways to Tuesday. That's alright. How do you learn, right? And goodie box. Oops. Okay. Here. Okay. So that's sort of a system slash order slash something, and somewhere in one of these boxes is where I put my shears. I have no idea. I'll find them later. I get this off the floor. Take a step back and see how this looks. I was to walk out. Coming down. Da da da. It needs a sign. Wow, that's what it definitely needs, is a sign. Name. Something. I don't know. Maybe I'll let viewers think about it and we'll figure out what to name it. So come in. Yeah. You can take a look, grab a book, grab a seat. Now there was some noises made that one of my server mates may be choosing to supply some of the pre-written books. I have to check in with him before I start writing my own. But I'm sure that there'll be plenty of slots available for more people, and we can always write more books. And it won't be a points redemption thing unless you want a book specifically named after you. This has to come forward because you can't read the sign. That in there. Okay. There we go. Alright. They can come in, yeah, and there'll be things like we're gonna have milk, probably water bottle off the side. There'll be something else in here. And then a couple more pieces off this end. So I'm gonna basically fill across the whole side if I can with stuff. And the idea is just basically being, you go and get something from your cafe, which will just be the shapes there. I don't think we really have any reason to sell anything here. More for practice and for the shop downstairs. And yeah, so that's where we're at. I think we need probably a runner down the middle. Anything but cyan. Anything but cyan, maybe? But I gotta think on that one because cyan is my absolute favorite color, and so that's why it pops up everywhere. Yeah. Oh, whoops. Nighttime. Now, I usually run with a mini-map on, but for some reason I've done something really weird to my mini-map, and so it's not looking the way I expect it to. That would be a little bit too much cyan. Well, and as it is, I mean, I may end up swapping out the curtains, maybe go for cyan stripe down the floor and change out the curtain colors, but I mean, that'll do for now. And the other thing I find really funny is we're inside, very clearly inside, but the shader pack I've got on right now insists on having wind, so whether you're inside or outside, the leaves will wave, flowers will wave, maybe not in pots, but the leaves tend to, and then you can see a little bit that the curtains are waving, which is just banners, but that just looks ridiculous indoors, so yeah. Mini-map. Now, are you going to cooperate? Are you? Preview. That's the one I want. Enabled. Show grid, day, night, blah, blah, blah. doing. Okay, well, fine. Yeah, so I've got it doing this, and I don't know why it's doing that. I think that's the second mini-map turning itself on and off. But... okay, that's the other one. That's the other thing. I've got two... oh, yeah. The heater's on. Heater's on. Okay. Anyway. But yeah, we need a runner. Maybe if the runner's blue, I'll change out the walls. I need to figure out what goes with the cyan-ish warped wood color. Anyway, that's that. I think I'm out of here. So Puggy and crew will probably laugh, but I'm going to head up to the... oh, actually, I know it's still a work in progress. Brian has not said it's... or Stoner Miner has not said it's finished yet. I think I'm going to go for a bit of a ride on his roller coaster. So he's created something that he's calling Thunder Mountain. It's evoking a feeling of, like, you know, being on a Disney roller coaster kind of thing. And I really quite like the work he did on this one. Today he was putting in a queue system. So he's... queue system, sorry, meaning like all the lineups with the chains and stuff that keep you from crossing out of your line. So yeah, he's got to figure out how the exits are going to work on the stairs. Because he's got a easy way in off this side, but it's not dead obvious where the out comes. Out's on the other side. Yeah, so he's got the line up. No. And I kind of like the use of the fences. The netherrack fencing, except that I just stepped over the lines. And we've got this cool little faux train. I love it. Aha! He Delenn-proofed it. Very much Delenn-proofed. So yeah, I love his little train he's got going here. So earlier in the stream in the day, we were doing some work, and it said that Stoner Miner died at the hands of Stoner Miner, more or less, and we couldn't figure out what was going on, but apparently that's what he needed the heads for. The decoration. That's Stoner Miner for you. And this will be the out. It's kind of cool because the cart comes along at the end and it gets returned to the system. So jump on in. Let's see if I can not break it. Ooh. I'll be honest with you, sometimes these things make me a little nauseous. So I have to look around a little bit in different ways, just to not be a little dizzy, even on my own game. Tried changing the view. Well, yes, we are going down. Tried changing the view, field of view. And it hasn't helped a whole lot. Most of the time I can play just fine without too much issue. And the vast majority of this ride is fine. I just don't always, everything, yeah. So, I was in here earlier today and we had one spot that didn't get lit up, so it was very realistic when you had a skeleton shoot at you. On the other hand, though, he's joked once or twice about if he was to go totally all the way corny, he would actually put in things like arrow dispensers and stuff purposely designed to fire off right after you passed, so it sort of feels like something's shooting at you. That's more of an Indiana Jones ride as opposed to being able to look around and see where you're going and what you're doing. It blows my mind, though, that he put in this much work. But I love riding this one. It's about, I think he said it was just over 3 minutes worth of ride. And the vast majority of this terraforming he did himself. So he didn't actually build the cavern as I understand it. Like the major cavern was there, but he actually dug out a lot of it to make it even bigger inside. And put in a lot of the extra stone and stuff you see. So he claims that he liked seeing my texture pack doing it, just because I've got one that helps the stone glow and things like that, and it's got some neat reflections and so forth. But I said at some point I'm going to go and run through ride multiple different times with different shaders on and different texture packs just to get the full experience. And then I'll let him know my findings. But I love the way it goes up and down all over, and I mean, it falls right off the track a few times. And it's supposed to, but I always keep having this really weird feeling that it's not going to land just right. I mean, huge risk for breakage there, right? Oops. There we go. I have absolutely no idea how much of this is terraforming, or I mean, this part is clearly, but or how much of it was actually already here from default. He's done an amazing job. It's opened enough to the sky that when it rains, you get it too. I find it's really cool. So when I was writing it earlier today, it wasn't raining on me, so I kind of like that. I mean, you can call it Splash Mountain at the moment. So of course it goes up, down, and around. And you can see part of this from above when you fly by on Elytra or look at it on a map. But he's done so much work that it really blows my mind. I mean, you know, the fact that he's got bubble columns and all kinds of, oops, up and around, crazy stuff I can't even follow with my brain, which is part of why I get nauseous. And then, yeah, then it spits you out here, right? If you're to watch, it comes and sends the card up top, down, and in there. I mean, he could have actually literally just had it spit you out and then crash into something there and go straight across, but he goes to the extra effort of up and around and making it really sort of fun to watch. So if you were actually in a long line waiting your turn, then you could be standing back there watching the various carts go by and stuff. And I really like a lot of the extra touches he's put in. But it really does feel amazing. And I will admit, I'm going to have to try and take a look and see what it looks like in other texture packs, but the one I've got right now is supposed to be giving a lot of the materials sort of a realistic texture based on what they're made out of. So like, I think this is cobble pillars, you know? But then there's other ones that are rather unique to Minecraft, like the way that the copper goes and oxidizes that hasn't been replaced. I mean, I think this is actually, strange enough, dark oak. It looks very, very different without the textures on. I don't remember what some of these are. Yeah, so then you come out and you kind of get dumped, well, not dumped, but left down here, which is fine. He says he's got more to do. That concept just blows my mind. He's got so much more to do. But yeah, that was quite the ride. I really enjoyed it. And that's why I've written it. I think it's been, what he doesn't know is I think it's been 4 times today, maybe? Oh yeah. Oh. We've got, what else is there? Other key. I think it's this way. I have no idea. But I found my way to the mailboxes once. Only once. Because there's just so many cool things that keep distracting me. This is our amphitheater. The Zerks you see as my moderators, they helped. They built this. It was a news to me, a rather big surprise. Somebody redeemed the Sing-a-Snippet thing for them, but they said, yeah, you can down and do it at the amphitheater. Okay, I came down here, and yeah, so they've got like box seating. I'm not sure whose head that is. That's kind of scary. Bet you it's probably Dub Dynamite's head. Sort of like the Hall of Fame for everybody who's actually staying here. I love the penguin. That's awesome. Penguin hood, and they've got a green room and everything. Dinos added the boxes. Oh, on the side. Okay. Yeah, the dinos. So the Dynamites, Dub Dynamite and Mrs. Dynamite, are also playing on our server. They play on Dadcraft73's Bedrock server as well. So they've got 2 different things going on, and there's a stage on both of them. And I think these actually might have been added by Batkrats. Batkrats77 on our server. It's a bit of a lark because he was joking about having a heavy metal concert, I think it was, and he apologized for leaving the speakers behind. And then this is rather literally, the green room, which looks amazing. You know, you got cool refrigerators, and that's neat. That probably actually worked really well for the coffee thing. Yeah. funny, just from the angle that this one looks like, it's kind of like if you picture the bottom part, you'll be able to see this and then not unsee it. It's probably supposed to be fire, the hand coming towards it, but I keep seeing it and it looks like a big dish of like Doritos and somebody's reaching out to grab a chip. I like having this painting in here because it's sort of like this one. If you flip it around visually, it reminds me a lot of one of the gifs that's very popular these days with Obi-Wan Kenobi just like popping up from underneath. Going, hello there. Yeah. Of course you got your ATM, and I love the lamps. The lamps are cool. But yeah, we have ourselves a cute little stage, and it's amazing to hear people just do their thing. I mean, it looks great at night. However, night, we're not the greatest friends. So, let's get rid of that. And quickly back to base. Because I have a shocker monster to drop off. I'm going to go to the post office, but I think I'll hold that one for another day. And I'll be perfectly blunt that I'm directionally challenged, so I find it once in a while. Thank goodness there's nothing waiting for me in the mail, because it would probably sit there for a little while. We have beacons out the wazoo, so... But pandas down here, these ones are for sale, and they're amazingly cute, like all the others. But the, but also the pandas, I don't think you can see them from here. I like to think of them as the pandas in the saucer. And no, you can't see them from here. They're past the beacons. Anyway. Action, squirrel. Here we go. Right. Bet you I'm not wearing my safety hat. That would not be smart. You guys will get a chance to see the train, if for anybody who's kicking around. We have... Wrong side. But we haven't done anything with this side yet. I'm sure somebody will have a plan and something will happen. But this is... you'd never guess it by the pattern, really, but this is the nether roof. So, being as we're on Java, we can build on the roof. Which is why this whole cave has been constructed. Good safety hat. Been constructed by that gentleman, Brian. Yes, so this one went up as a little bit of a joke initially because, as I understand it, Brian's workshop is a very useful place to be. He's got just about anything and everything. Sometimes you just simply say, hey, you know, it might be nice if at some point we had a thing, you know? He goes, welcome to the... And it's exactly what we just asked for. But he claims that at some point this might end up portions of this books with a happy ending, books with that. He's actually written silly little things in the books and write your own storybooks. At one point he said he wanted to combine that with my shop. I don't know. I've never read one of those on camera, and then I keep forgetting when I'm off camera, so I really should take a look. Dad jokes. Okay, these sound safe. Burrito. Cinco de Mayo. Let's read one about a burrito. The burrito finishes directing a movie. Because that's a wrap. Prone. Yeah, I didn't think you didn't like it much either, did you? I like it. I think it's fun. What else we got? Yeah, they're all family friendly. I like to mess with people. Dirty books. I mean, mud. 50 Shades of Poop. This book has been dragged through the mud. It contains dirty laundry. The end. Yeah, they're not dirty in a grown-up sense. They're... I mean, it's kind of like when I was a kid, one of the dirty jokes I learned, and yes, I can tell this on stream, is that, like, want to hear a dirty joke? Yep. White horse fell in a mud puddle. Want to hear the clean joke? The horse got up and got washed off. Like, it's it's the kind of thing where you listen to your kids telling you that and you're like, I know I'm supposed to laugh because it's an obligation, but... Okay, so I took the short route. I didn't actually look left or right much coming in here on purpose. We have floors that would make Peregrine proud. Anyway, so as I head out, we have buttons, buttons, buttons galore. These are not decorative. mean, I guess the ones with nothing out them are decorative. But these are all places to go. People's... That's Brian's, by the way. Shares some with Alex Silgrimper. Brian Stoner Miner, in case anybody's here who doesn't know him. Huge Stormy Owl, which I think the capitalization is spelled a little funny there. Yeah, so that one's mine, and I'm going to press that. So it turns on the light. We have, I believe, 27 different lines, I think. Although Brian had said that if necessary, he could actually tear out the wall on this end and make it grow. That's just a frightening thought. How would you mind having to get off one line and press a button to go to another line? But in any case, so we've got Lurks, my second favorite places to be. And strange enough, they're next door. Grief, Jungle. So these actually are purposely they're clustered and are spread out based on where people's bases are on the roof. So if we press the button, pop it is. No, it's not another roller coaster. This is actually rather literally our train station. And it's as complicated as it sounds. So while we're up here, I'll turn around that. So there's the hill, shopping district, and that was our train station. So Brian blew my mind. Stoner Miner blew my mind. I joined the server fairly early, but I'm not a fast player. Although I tend to spend a good amount of time in here, I don't really get a whole lot done. Just one of those people. And so he said, "Have you got your portal to the Nether done yet?" And I said, "No, just haven't got around to it. I'm originally intending to like pour one and whatever, because yeah, I'm not a super speed person." So he messaged me later on Dadcraft's Discord, because this is one of Dadcraft's Patreon servers, as in Patreon members at a particular level end up get access to his servers. And anyway, Brian messaged me and says, "Where do you want your portal?" No, he says, "Where's your base?" So I gave him the coordinates. I thought, okay, maybe he's gone and got himself a Lytra or something, or Edie Horse or whatever's going to fly by. He comes back going, "Yep, you're connected." Connected? What? Well, the Nether. I said, "Thank you very much. Awesome." And then he said, "By the way, let me know if you need a hole in the roof." Sorry? So apparently so I actually had not been down to the regular Nether at that point. And I had to face the roof. And then he said, "Don't worry, the rail will be done soon." What rail? So I popped through one about a couple days later, like real world days later, and lo and behold, he had train station mostly built, and there were a whole ton of lines. He said, "Not all of them are functional, but we've got space for everybody." Wow. You can see, yes, that is a bit of a flex, but that's just more because I can. The loose theme for the base is a lot of me learning stuff, like I was learning to build a rather prolific melon farm. And no, that didn't just despawn. I've got a minecart under there. So I've got a rather prolific melon farm. And then how to be house / farm, but running into the glitch where bees just don't stay around. They despawn. You can name them, and it doesn't help. Okay? So there's my farms, rather useful. I don't need leather a whole lot, usually, so I don't usually need a whole lot of cows. Well, got myself down to 2 cows, and then I decided I needed item frames, and didn't have a villager in the trading hall, so I figured I'd breed up a few cows. Strangely enough, went a lot faster than I expected it was going to. So yeah, cows. Anyway, so the loose theme for the base is mystery themed. So this, of course, you can probably guess, magnifying glass, and it's for one of the references to Sherlock Holmes. The other one was the giant bee block because of Sherlock Holmes' character being a beekeeper. So you can see a rather large train, a design borrowed from Crafty Fox, modeled on the Christie movie, or movie version of Murder on the Orient Express. So yeah, the train looks pretty cool, but it's actually quite large, complete with gravel base and track. Now the track's only 5 units wide. That's what worked for this train, but although the height is somewhat appropriate to player scale, it's not appropriate width-wise to player scale. Insides of these are not decorated. This is supposed to be the baggage carriage. And yes, I am running. This really is as big as you think. That's the baggage carriage. We've got two I'll get there in a sec. Two passenger carriages that need to be decorated on the inside. And one of them is going to be done as a sleeper in night mode. And I don't know if I think the second one's going to be probably either a dining car or sleeper in day mode, but I think dining car might be more exciting. It'll look a lot like the cafe. In all honesty, that's part of why I did the cafe first, so I can put some ideas. And then the last one is an observation car, and it just has, actually, I can go inside that one. It's just got your standard couches and whatnot. See? So, yeah. Run-of-the-mill train car.
Hello.
However, hello, Max Money. Holy multi-beacon, wow. Yes, that was a gift from the Zerks. Originally, it was because I was playing on the server, or streaming, and doing things in somewhat pokey fashion. So one beacon showed up, and I used that quite a lot. And then there was some reason it was worth having more than one service, I guess, at a time. So I'd made some comment about, yeah, I should move the beacon, or I need to turn it on to being such and such else. I'll get there in a sec. Anyways, and so on stream, I was working on something, and I turn around and, did a look at the map. That's what it was. I looked at my large map, and I saw, not really, it was just sort of surprise, busted. We had Zerk on stream, and I turned around to see in real life what he was up to, and he was standing there on my beacon base, adding 4 more, and expanding the beacon base with iron, hopefully from my own farm, but knowing those guys, I could never be too sure. Oh, really? Go away. Oh, that I'd love to see in GIF. Just lay down. Oh, wait. Seriously? I'm trying to show people stuff here. Go away. Anyway, so I turned around and there's more, and so when I finished that stream, I said, would you mind if I hang on to them a little bit longer just before I return them? And he says, no, keep them. And apparently, part of it is they've got a safe place to kill the wither on over and over and over again. So getting the stars to be able to make more beacons, a little bit easier for them than it would be for me. So I do my best to produce good content that they enjoy, just because it's one of the ways I can say thank you. And they make fantastic moderators who often save my bacon when a lovely raid comes in and I just completely get too gobsmacked to be able to handle it. So these rather large statues, which I believe, remember they're 54 layers high? I think so. So these two are once again an Agatha Christie reference for Death on the Nile, which we're missing the On the Nile portion. So I'm still working on a design, sort of playing with it off and on in a creative world. A design for a side wheeler steamboat that would be sort of like a river steamboat. But yeah, this is part of why I love shaders. So because of this shader pack, here, I can go whoop and get the inverted reflections. Love that. Anyway, these ones were actually designed originally by Tridar, and as Arch Thunder pointed out, now I can't unsee it. They have no noses, but it's kind of funny that their nose fell off before their rather gravity-defying pecs. I find it amusing. I did try the design without the pecs on, as in I took the pecs off and flattened it, and it just looked really, really weird. I mean, they could have been wearing a chest plate. And my stream statues, I did those actually on stream for that. Yeah, February? No, March. Yeah, that was the March stream. And then April was the train. So I did 2 sessions each one of those so that I could actually get the project done. So April was the train, March with the statues. I have no idea what's going to be for May. I have like a week to figure it out. February's project is at the other end of this stick, which we're headed to. And if I actually had my boat with me, that would have made sense. But, I guess I could swim. That would make sense. So, come on. I've been playing other games in between, so I have a Whatever Wednesday stream. And the resulting effect of that is I think it skews my perception of, well, first off, what key commands I need to use but then also my perception of what's too fast, what's too slow. So you'll see it come into view, the bottom platform of, guessed it, a mob farm. Rather generic looking one. A piece of it is broken right now. I'm just not really in the mood to go up and troubleshoot it because I hate heights. As in, if the roller coaster makes me nauseous through motion, and I'm a motion sick person, the mob farm doesn't do well on the heights. Anyways, no real point in going all the way up to the top. I mean, you guys have seen mob farms galore before. But, let's see if I had less something up here, but actually. Best bit. I did not always have water at the bottom, so when I built this, there were actually a few derps where I fell off, tried to get outside the border and didn't quite make it, and went splat. So yeah. Went pretty good splat on those. I need to figure out what I'm going to do for May. While big projects are fun, I don't build on the likes of Stoner Miner, or like Brian Stoner Miner, or Huge Stormy Owl, or what else do we have? Pack Rats builds from here. The Dynamites from here, and so I don't know. I want to get something done as a project. I like having the feeling, but the other thing is that I add pressure and then I don't end up being satisfied with it. The last piece that I did do as a project, which was just before we started Stream Weekend, but it was one of the first things I did here. This is actually a village that was taken over. I don't feel too bad because if I quickly pop up the map, and see here's us, right? The other size of the melon farm and sheep and whatever. That's how big the train is. It's pretty big. Anyway, I don't feel too bad, but if I pull out a little further and pull over and zoom in, another village just over here, like a rather generic one as well. And so nothing too exciting about that. If I get organized, one of the things I could do is try and take on the pillager towers. That could be kind of fun. No, never done that, but it could be kind of fun. As the first project I did was this rather large thing. It's intended to be a book. Doesn't look like it very much from this angle. Take on the pillagers, she says. Yeah, I'm usually too chicken to do this sort of stuff, so maybe I should, because sometimes it takes the push to do it. And I derped a lot. So I built what looks like a big book. I mean, there's the bone blocks as the pages. This is actually, see, here's one of the times where I built without my texture pack on. Then I turned the texture pack on and it's a very different feel. This was sort of like a reddish color, much more like a book fly cover, and then we had the dark oak for the actual hard cover, hence the darker stairs. But somehow when you put the texture on, it didn't work. Anyway, I decided I needed a few villagers to try and fill that shop that you guys saw earlier, where I was. So of course you got your librarians. Everybody has a gazillion librarians. This is the new addition wall, as is the trapped guys that I haven't done anything with yet. All those poor saps. And then I extended this one out. I usually had 2 or 3. This one I got 5 each of these ones, and then at the other end I've got the cleric. And then this is the wall of, wall of iron eaters, because all 10 of these guys will do a trade for pieces of iron coming out of my iron farm. A couple little guys in here just for the purposes of the string and such, but don't really need them. And then these guys, I thought, yeah, well, they're kind of useless now, but not as useless as I thought, because I'd forgotten that you can trade them stone. And on the other side of, or between the storage building and the melon farm, I've got a small lava generator / like self-chopping stone generator. So all good. Yeah, that's all the excitement she wrote. Looking at 2 options for May, really. And one is probably take on that pillager outpost, and then I can figure out what to do with it. Another option would be to... There's the farm. Another option would be to build a bicycle. Not a rideable bicycle, because it would be monstrous. It would be taller than the train by a good margin. probably have wheels, maybe not as big as the magnifying glass. That'd be a little ridiculous. But a bit, maybe more like the inner part of it, which is down lower, and have a frame to it, sort of a 1950s style. And the reference on that one would be Father Brown, played by Mark Willis when they did the TV series, but books written by G.K. Chesterton. And they, Father Brown was one of my other faves as well, so yeah. You can tell I'm into mystery characters. One of the, well, would be nice. Turn of the Century bike would be ideal. Unfortunately, when the television version was done, which most people would recognize, they actually used a bike from the mid-1950s, which is a bit of a shame, but I can kind of see why. One of the features of the bike, that's, I think I can draw it. I don't have a picture. Anyway, one of the features of the bike is that it actually had a metal guard, I guess you could say, on the back wheel. So if you were either a gentleman wearing, like in his case, a cassock or something like that, or if you were a lady, like going with your skirt, then you were not going to problems with things getting caught in the wheels or in the gears. I just did that. Oops. Wow. Anyway, so I think that's part of why they went with that. Also, it allowed them to update some of the stressors going on. Rather than having to deal with World War I, they could actually update the stressors to being World War II instead. I think they just wanted to make things look like a world that some of the viewers actually might have had a chance of identifying with. Yeah, if anybody is on our server and wants to use the trading hall, go right ahead. I will warn you in advance. That's a lot of buckets. Anyways, I will warn you in advance that the librarians, or none of the villagers here have been zombified and cured. Initially, that was a playstyle choice. I'm not so sure I'm happy with it at this point in the game, but initially that was a play choice. And that was just so that I felt I actually had to do some effort for things, because even with breeding up that many, I have yet to actually mine for anything other than a little bit of coal. You know, you can do so much of like charcoal and such. But yeah, there we are. All right, I reached 7:45. Probably missed my dinner window because I don't see any notices about dinner. Oh, did I? Oh, ready anytime. Whoops. Yep, and that was about 25 minutes ago. Oops. Okay, so I know 1:45 is not the world's best time to be raiding people. Let's just see what we've got going. Tonight. Yeah, no, lava cooks lots of stuff, but I've eek. So the farm, oop, can't quite see it. You see out there? No, okay. You can just see the edge of the gray thing out the window, and that's I've got a sugarcane farm with 8 pieces, and a bamboo farm with 8 as well, but as you can imagine, 8 is way more than enough. I have double chests galore, not in here, out in front of it, of extra bamboo, so between the cats and the spiders from the mob farm, I've got string. So this is what I choose to burn instead of the lava. This is part of why I'm not too, yeah, dinner time. Part of why I'm not too fussed about, like I used to be burning lava. I'm not too fussed about the fact that I have too many buckets, because I'll just use that lava farm for trading, because when you trade the lava away, you end up with, they take the bucket too. It would be nice if they didn't, but I can kind of see lore-wise why you wouldn't. Okay. In any case, okay, so I'll just park up here, and let me see. Oh, there it is. There's the dragon, and the couple of weird random spoils from the mob farm. That looks better up this way. By the way, don't hang your dragon too low if you have a fear of spiders. Oopsie daisy. Okay, so I'm going to say thank you very much to everyone who dropped by. A special thank you to Puggy33. I do apologize for forgetting to shout you out. That was really quite rude on my part. Let's see if we've got any opportunities. One button. Good thing. There we go. I have magic cheaty buttons, and honestly, sometimes my mods are a heck of a lot faster. So I've got that one, and I appreciate you guys so much for coming in. And thanks, Lark. I suspect you were behind the suggestion, so I appreciate that as well. Anyways, all the best to everyone. I'm just going to switch to the end screen, and then we will see if we can find somebody interested in raid. And my raid notice with Moats is a little bit behind the times. Alrighty. So there's some people that have showed up. Who else is live this evening? Well, we've got Silent Whisper or Slack Lizard. I'm gonna go with Slack tonight. Let's just see what he's got on the go. So do give him our best. I probably won't be sticking around too long just because my young'uns have decided they're not feeling too well, so I need to check in with them and probably catch up on some dinner and do some family thing. For those of you that haven't had a chance yet, feel free to check out my schedule, but Tuesdays and Thursdays in the mornings, so we're talking Mountain Time, 10 a.m. to noon, I do Minecraft and the odd, completely out of band, unrelated, unscheduled streams like this one. Wednesdays, same time slot, the 10 to noon Mountain, so that's GMT minus 6, is whatever Wednesdays. So the morning is intending to be Myst, MYST series, so we're on the second one right now, Riven. But if things go sideways, I tend to fail over to Scrap Mechanic. That's just on Wednesdays. And then out of schedule streams on Wednesdays would be still whatever Wednesday. And the whole concept is just to give me a break from Minecraft. So, okay, we're going to head over to Slack, give them our best, and have yourselves a great evening and a great weekend. Thanks again.
Mislift managed.
Lakers!